It's already 6:30 right now. I can't believe I used about 45 minutes just to get ready in the morning and also to cycle all the way from Fairview Park to here. It's about a 10 kilometers ride. Time lapse is only 2.5 minutes long, but I don't think I will get anything that is decent from this weather. There aren't any clouds, so I wouldn't expect any kind of fast movement anyways. Also, if you aren't from Hong Kong, or maybe you are from Hong Kong, there used to be a bridge here that belongs to CLP, one of the Hong Kong electric company. But then about a year ago, in June 2022, the bridge got burnt down. It caught on fire and then there's no longer a bridge. I actually tried coming to this ferry place at about 6 a.m. in the morning in the winter. A lot earlier than the sun coming out. I was actually here to film the sunrise. And I was very surprised about the amount of retired people coming here to do exercise. Today is actually a Friday, so Friday morning I expect a lot of retirees here as well. Later on I can also go towards the train station to just show you how busy it is in the Yuen Long area. Basically areas that are very far away from the business district of Hong Kong. It takes about an hour and a half from here to the business district on the train. So people literally just wake up at like 6:30 or something, and then they just get ready for work. You see this little square on the ground, like an extra parking space. This is actually where a lot of people learn how to park on a car. Like when you are trying to do the driving test. To prepare for it, you come here to learn how to park properly. And I was one of those students about 7 years ago. Geez, I'm old. I guess I'm a bit late already because the last time when I came here, every about 10 seconds there will be a group of 2 or 3 grandma and grandpas doing exercise here. And I feel like every group knows each other person in another group. Now I don't think there are too many people here. Like I've been standing here for about 2 or 3 minutes. There are 2 cyclists going around here. Although this morning I woke up at about 5:30 something and I started filming at about 10 minutes to 6. I feel like I've already missed out on something in the day. Like I'm not even kidding. Like normally there were so many people around here that I was wondering how come they are awake at night. Because before the sun comes out, they are here running around already doing exercise. If you are a long-time viewer of Mr. MW's channel, you will probably have noticed that Mr. MW don't really make any vlogs during the daytime. Like when the sun is up, when it is extremely sunny. The reason is exactly that. In Hong Kong, it is extremely sunny and hot normally. And I just hate the sensation when the heat just radiates onto you and you just keep sweating and then you smell bad and then you have to go to somewhere with a lot of people around you, which is everywhere in Hong Kong unless you are somewhere in Yuen Long. And then you just smell bad with a lot of sweat on your t-shirt. I really hate that sensation. That is why I don't usually make any kind of vlogs during the day, because it's just way too hot and uncomfortable. And it makes you have like sunburns or something on your skin, like at least for me. Basically every single vlog that you see is filmed after 4 or 5 p.m. depending on whether it's summer or winter, basically when the sun is going down, or during the night. But today is a bit different. Also, if you are wondering how come this place has basically no people around here, first reason is that we are in Yuen Long, and we are even in the rural area of Yuen Long. So behind me is Nam Sang Wai. I believe I've made one of my first ever vlogs of Mr. MW channel behind me in that area. Why I'm not filming over there today, look at this. This is one of the reasons. You just get so much better of a view over here because the sunrise is behind you and the river is behind you to reflect the sunlight. And then there will be boats going on. The entire thing is just so rural and pure. You don't get that over that side of the pond. There's actually something which is really contradicting, is that whenever I want to fly a drone, I want to make really nice shots. It also means that the flight path of the drone has to be a little bit more risky, including flying under the tree line over here, like with this path. It is quite easy to hit one of the branches and then the drone will just crash into the ground and I have to buy a new one or have it fixed by DJI. That is the cutest thing ever. I got it on a drone, so it's kind of good. I'm now on top of a bridge which looks directly at the Long Ping station. It is the major train station in the Yuen Long area, and you can just see how many people are already there waiting for the bus. So arriving is the bus K68. A lot of people will get off the bus because a lot of people who live in Yuen Long will have to take this bus to come to the train station. Basically, people who you see who departed on that bus will spend an hour going to the business district of Hong Kong. Finally found a place that isn't too sunny. So the time now is 10 minutes to 8. And a lot of people who are going to work from this area has already left already. I used to work on Hong Kong Island and I used to spend an hour and 45 minutes each way just to go to work, and I really don't like it. It's so weird. Like every single day I will be wasting nearly 4 hours of my life just to go to and from office. Not a lot of people have the ability to move to another area where you work or where you usually have to be. And Hong Kong prices when it comes to housing is way too expensive. Like if you want to buy a normal decent sized apartment of about 800 feet for your family, just like my friend who I made a vlog of a few weeks ago about buying a 20 million flat in Gao Tou San. That flat, if you actually want to buy it, if you only save cash, all of your salary, if you don't eat or spend any kind of money, you will need 1,000 a month just to buy that flat. So if each day I'm only awake for 16 hours, I'm spending 25% of my life just to travel around Hong Kong to work. Also, after spending quite a lot of time around this area, I finally found a place where it isn't sunny at all. I think some of the buildings are blocking the light for me. With the assumption of spending 1.5 hours each way to and from work, that is 3 hours a day, 1.5 times 2, 5 days a week, and then we have 52 weeks per year. That is 780 hours of your life that you are spending on transportation. And a lot of people will not be able to or choose not to retire until they are like 65. Assuming you start working at an age of 25, that is 40 years of working. So you are spending 31.2 thousand hours on transportation. That is equivalent to $1,000
1,300 days of your life just on transportation. Now you understand why when I do my own life planning, I have two sets of concepts for poor. The first one is money poor. That is very usual, the financial poor stuff. And the second one is time poor. Imagine spending all those 1,300 days working at McDonald's, even if you earn minimum wage. $1,300 days of a week's time times 24, we get the number of hours that we actually have, which is 31.2 thousand hours, times 40, which is the minimum wage. Just to put it into perspective, we start with 1.24 million Hong Kong dollars. What can we buy? We can buy a 2008 Ferrari 599, which looks like this, and it only costs 720k. Another one costs 620k, which is 1 year newer. You can also choose to buy a Ferrari 488 Italia, which looks like this. I know I didn't take into account the inflation over the 40 years period, but when is the last time when you look at a Ferrari driver and thinks that he's poor? I'm just saying, if you live in Yuen Long and you spend an hour and a half going to and from work both ways, in total 3 hours, for 5 days a week, for 40 years, you will lose a Ferrari. Second-hand Ferrari, but still a Ferrari. Actually, I made a huge mistake with this calculation. I used the Hong Kong minimum wage of $40. But if you are living on Hong Kong Island, and if you work at McDonald's, you are earning $80 an hour. I just want to clarify that I have nothing against McDonald's or anyone working there. I think it is a very good restaurant, and I used to be a shareholder of McDonald's as well. So yeah, there's nothing against McDonald's, I'm just using it as an example. I'm just saying all these things because I was actually looking into buying an apartment near the financial district in Hong Kong, as I used to work for a company there. But I thought the Hong Kong housing market had a very high risk, with a lot of wealthy people leaving Hong Kong, companies moving their headquarters out to other countries. I have to say about 40% of my friends have already left. So I'm always sad and lonely in Hong Kong! I thought the Hong Kong housing market was not going to do well, and obviously it was pretty bad in the past 2 years. I thought about renting a place instead, but I met an owner of an apartment that I was looking at. When we were negotiating the price, the rental price, he accidentally told me that his monthly mortgage payment was less than his asking price for the rent. So I would effectively be paying for his house. Did he think I was stupid? Instead of renting an apartment, I saw a lot of equity prices dropping to their fair value price, judging by my own discounted cash flow model. So I bought stocks instead. And if you look at the tech stocks price movement in the S&P 500, you will probably understand why my investments have allowed me to do a lot of things that I thought I could never do before. Yeah, that's all I have for cash. Okay, I think I lost $20. I think I actually lost 20 bucks, I'm not joking. The problem with stock is that you cannot live in the office of the company you bought a piece of. So I was one of the people who live very far away from the office and spend 1.5 hours each way to and from office. For me, it was actually not 1.5 hours, it's more like 2 hours. It was like 1 hour and 50 minutes. So nearly 4 hours a day. And with that amount of traveling, it makes you very tired afterwards, and I couldn't do anything else after reaching home. That affected my relationship with my family, affected my relationship with my girlfriend. I didn't have time to do exercise or go cycling or go to the gym, and all those things affected my health, both physically and mentally. I'm now working out. I'm now working out in a Friday afternoon. Today is special because exactly 2 years ago today, I started working my first ever full-time job. And every single day I felt like I was in a prison that looks like either a tube or a cube that can move around Hong Kong. And it was not a good feeling. Unfortunately, what I'm experiencing is also the social norm of most Asian countries. Some viewers ask me whether it is true that I would never move to another country because of the politics situation of Hong Kong. You would be amazed by how many people actually ask me this question, either like on the internet or face to face when they bump into me on the street. My answer is yes. Until this point, with everything considered, I choose to stay. But if there comes a day when I really decide to leave this concrete jungle, the reason behind is probably because I'm time poor.